In the chaos of everyday life, it's easy to feel as if we're drowning in waves of stress and uncertainty. Yet there is a way to find calm in the middle of the storm, a timeless path to inner peace. Imagine that no matter what life throws at you, work pressure, personal conflicts, unexpected challenges, you stand firm, steady, and serene. This isn't a dream. It's the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to master our emotions and reactions in order to live with greater clarity and fulfillment. Today we'll explore the heart of Stoicism, uncovering 10 timeless principles that can change how you navigate life's constant ups and downs. These ideas are not distant theories, but practical tools you can apply every day to build resilience and inner strength. Whether you're struggling with a difficult relationship, feeling overwhelmed by obligations, or simply searching for a deeper sense of purpose, Stoic wisdom offers real strategies for balance and strength. Stay with me as we journey through these powerful teachings. From defining a clear sense of purpose to mastering emotional control, each principle serves as a foundation for a life where external events no longer disturb your inner peace. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to build a calm, confident mindset no matter what comes your way. So let us begin this journey together and see how the ancient insights of Stoicism can help you find unshakable tranquility and genuine happiness. If you appreciate what we're building here, do me a small favor, subscribe to the channel, and stay until the end. Now picture this. Setting sail across a wide ocean without knowing where you're headed. You drift aimlessly, moved by every wave and gust of wind. That is what life feels like without a clear purpose, directionless and vulnerable to everything that happens around you. Epictetus emphasized the power of having a firm purpose. He said that challenges reveal a person's true character, and the harder the challenge, the greater the honor in overcoming it. This is more than philosophy, it's a call to action. When you have a clear purpose, it becomes your compass through life's storms. Purpose isn't something that just appears, it's created through moments of honest reflection about what truly matters to you. It's not only about career success or personal ambition, it's about the principles and values that define who you are. What do you stand for? What kind of person do you want to become? These are the questions that shape your direction. Once you discover that purpose, it anchors you when life becomes chaotic. Challenges won't disappear, but they will become manageable. What once seemed like mountains will turn into stepping stones toward your goal. When your values and goals are clear, the world around you feels smaller and obstacles lose their power. This strength, built through Stoic wisdom, cannot easily be broken. A firm purpose isn't something you stumble upon. It's the result of deep, deliberate reflection on what truly drives you. That process takes time, honesty, and courage. You have to look beneath the surface desires and distractions to find what really gives meaning to your life. That might mean reevaluating your path, letting go of habits that no longer serve you, or embracing new perspectives. It's a journey of constant realignment with your true self. And once you discover that purpose, you must protect and nurture it with diligence. That means showing up even when it's hard, staying committed even after setbacks, and persevering when progress feels slow. A firm purpose isn't a final destination. It's a guiding light that keeps you steady. Think of it as a beacon in the night, something that brings both clarity and comfort. When the storms of life hit, your purpose becomes a lifeline, keeping you from being pulled under by emotions and uncertainty. That's the power of Stoicism. It is not just a set of ideas. It is a way to strengthen your will and build unshakable discipline. Epictetus reminded us that real power lies in staying faithful to your purpose despite external chaos. Within this philosophy, nothing is impossible, and nothing can truly shake a determined spirit. So take a moment to reflect deeply on what drives you. Write it down, absorb it, and let it guide every step you take. That purpose will become your anchor, your light, and your constant direction through the unpredictable tides of life. When someone offends you, it's natural to feel hurt or angry. But this is where Stoicism offers a powerful lesson. Our emotions are shaped by our thoughts and perceptions. That means you have the power to choose how you respond to anything. Instead of letting offense control you, see it as an opportunity to practice patience and awareness. Every time you resist the urge to react impulsively, you strengthen your mind. Mind control isn't just a skill, It's an art that grows with daily practice. Start small. Set achievable goals for yourself each day. Every small success reinforces your confidence and your ability to stay centered, no matter what happens around you. To truly control your mind, focus on living in the present moment and deepening your awareness of your emotions. When you begin to understand that you have the power to choose your reactions, you become stronger and less vulnerable to negativity. Think of the story of a baker who devotes every single day to mastering their craft. This baker isn't swayed by harsh criticism or excessive praise. Their attention remains solely on improving their skills, detached from external opinions. This quiet dedication brings real freedom and inner peace. In the same way, when you guard your mind against outside influences, you create space to focus on your own growth. Guarding your mind also means setting boundaries. Be mindful of what you allow into your mental world. Just as you wouldn't invite garbage into your home, don't let toxic thoughts, harmful media, or negative people clutter your inner space. Surround yourself with uplifting influences that inspire and motivate you. Read books that challenge your thinking, engage in meaningful conversations, and spend time with people who push you to grow. Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy, it's a living tool for modern life. When we learn to manage our minds and respond to emotions with maturity, we find true peace even in an unstable world. This isn't about suppressing feelings, but about understanding them and responding in ways that align with your values and purpose. One practical method is mindfulness or meditation. These practices sharpen your awareness, helping you notice your thoughts before they control your actions. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and within that space lies your power and your freedom. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you train your mind to observe without reacting impulsively. Over time, this gives you deeper emotional control and resilience. Another key to protecting your mind is developing a growth mindset. See challenges as opportunities to improve, not as threats to your comfort. Whenever life becomes difficult, remind yourself that every obstacle is a chance to grow stronger and wiser. This shift in perspective transforms the way you experience adversity, making you less affected by negativity and more grounded in purpose. Remember, guarding your mind is a lifelong discipline. It's about consistently focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, and your perspective. It is rejecting the idea of being a victim and embracing your power as the creator of your own experience. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon you'll realize that external chaos no longer disturbs your inner peace. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control the opinions or actions of others, we can control our responses. Even when faced with harsh criticism, we decide how deeply it affects us. In today's world, that means accepting that everyone has their own views and values, and they won't always align with ours. You'll encounter disagreement and sometimes cruel words, but what truly matters is how you process and respond to them. The first step to handling criticism is knowing yourself. When you understand your values and motivations, criticism loses its sting. If your actions align with your principles, the opinions of others hold little weight. This self-awareness creates emotional stability and prevents you from being easily swayed by outside judgment. When someone criticizes you, pause before reacting. Reflect calmly and ask if there's any truth in their words. Even harsh feedback can contain valuable lessons if you're open to learning. That doesn't mean accepting all criticism blindly. It means having the humility to consider what might help you grow. This openness shows emotional maturity and strength. Stoicism also emphasizes patience and gentleness. Patience allows you to stay calm instead of reacting with anger or pride, while gentleness helps you maintain harmony with others, even when they misunderstand or criticize you. Think of those throughout history who endured hostility with grace and calmness, never abandoning their chosen path. By practicing patience and gentleness, you rise above negativity and protect your peace. Handling criticism well also means developing emotional toughness. That doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent, but rather resilient. Understand that not all criticism reflects truth. Sometimes it reveals more about the critic than about you. People project their own fears and frustrations, and recognizing this helps you stay detached. You can choose how to respond, and that freedom is central to Stoic philosophy. Just because someone judges you doesn't mean their judgment defines you. You have the right to take what's useful and discard what isn't. This selective approach helps you grow without being burdened by negativity. When criticism comes from someone close, like a friend or family member, choose dialogue over defense. Ask for clarity, share your perspective calmly, and strengthen mutual understanding. This not only resolves tension, but builds respect. Responding to criticism with composure and openness inspires others. When people see you handle judgment with grace and intelligence, they admire your calm strength and learn from your example. You become a living demonstration of Stoicism, resilient, disciplined, and grounded. Epictetus reminded us that what disturbs us is not the events themselves, but our interpretation of them. Our perception defines how we experience events, not the events themselves. When someone offends you, it's not their words or actions that truly harm you, but how you interpret and respond to them. In other words, the real power lies within you. You decide how deeply an offense will affect your peace of mind. This realization is liberating because it shifts control from the outside world to your inner world. Transforming offense doesn't mean denying your emotions. It's completely human to feel hurt, disappointed, or angry when someone offends you. What Stoicism encourages is acknowledging these feelings without being ruled by them. It's about creating space between the trigger and your reaction. In that space lies your freedom, the ability to respond in a way that honors your values and long-term purpose. One practical way to reshape your response is through cognitive reframing. When you feel offended, pause and view the situation from a different angle. Instead of fixating on the insult, ask yourself what lesson might exist within this experience. This doesn't mean you have to agree with the other person, but it helps you extract insight and growth from discomfort. For example, if a friend criticizes your life choices, resist the urge to take it personally. Reflect on whether there's a hint of truth in their comment, or if it simply reaffirms your commitment to your own path. Stoicism also emphasizes empathy. Try seeing the situation through the other person's eyes. Ask yourself what they might be struggling with that caused their behavior. This mindset allows you to respond with understanding rather than anger. It's not about excusing harmful behavior, but recognizing the shared humanity in everyone. Another essential practice is forgiveness. Holding on to resentment poisons you, not the other person. It's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. By choosing to forgive, you release the emotional weight that holds you down. Forgiveness doesn't mean approving of what happened. It's about freeing yourself from its control and moving forward with peace and clarity. Stoic philosophy reminds us that true strength comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from confronting it and transforming it into growth. Every offense you face is a test, a chance to strengthen your character. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, your inner resilience deepens through challenge. The more often you practice this, the more natural it becomes, until external events lose their ability to disturb your calm. Remember, transforming offense is a lifelong discipline. You won't master it overnight. It takes patience, awareness, and commitment to personal evolution. Each time you choose a wiser response, you reinforce the habit and make it easier next time. Epictetus revealed a profound insight. We are the ones who give meaning to events, and in doing so, we create fear and shame within ourselves. These emotions are not built into the events themselves. They are born from our interpretations. Once we grasp this, we gain the power to change how we perceive and respond to fear and shame. Fear often arises from uncertainty, the anticipation of something unpleasant. It's a natural instinct meant to protect us, yet it can paralyze us when left unchecked. Stoicism teaches us to face our fears directly. Rather than avoiding what scares you, study it closely. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? Break it down into specific parts. Often, fear loses its grip when you analyze it rationally. Take public speaking, for instance. The fear may stem from the worry of being judged or making mistakes. But if you examine it clearly, you realize that most audiences want to listen and learn, not criticize. Even if you stumble, it's not the end of the world. Every speaker falters at some point. Through preparation and repeated exposure, your confidence grows, and the fear weakens with each attempt. Shame, on the other hand, is a heavier emotion that convinces us we're flawed or unworthy. It usually stems from social pressure or past mistakes. Stoicism encourages confronting shame with courage and self-compassion. It's about accepting imperfection and learning from it rather than letting it define you. When you feel ashamed of something you've done, face it instead of hiding from it. Reflect honestly. Why did it happen? What can it teach you? How can you use it to become wiser and stronger? This reflective process turns shame into understanding instead of self-condemnation. Self-forgiveness is another vital step. Holding on to guilt traps you in a loop of self-criticism. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean excusing your actions. It means learning, taking responsibility, and then releasing the past. It's an act of emotional healing that restores your sense of freedom and self-worth. To overcome fear and shame, start small. Gradually expose yourself to situations that trigger discomfort and use them as learning experiences. Over time, you'll develop resilience, and the emotions that once controlled you will begin to lose their power. What once terrified or embarrassed you will eventually become a stepping stone toward strength, wisdom, and peace. Gradual exposure and honest reflection help desensitize you to fear and shame, making both easier to manage. Stoicism also reminds us of the value of community and mutual support. Sharing your fears and feelings of shame with trusted friends or mentors can be deeply liberating. Opening up allows others to offer encouragement and new perspectives, and often you'll find that many have faced similar struggles and can share valuable lessons and reassurance. Epictetus taught that envisioning potential difficulties before they arise helps us face them calmly and wisely. This isn't about being pessimistic or expecting failure, but about being realistic and prepared. When you anticipate obstacles, you're less likely to be caught off guard and more able to respond thoughtfully. One practical technique for this is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This Stoic exercise involves visualizing possible challenges and planning how you would respond. For example, before an important meeting, you might imagine potential issues such as technical problems, difficult questions, or moments of nervousness. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you strengthen your ability to remain composed under pressure. The purpose isn't to focus on negativity, but to cultivate mental resilience. When you've already practiced handling adversity in your mind, you become steadier and more adaptable when it actually occurs. Anticipating obstacles also means staying flexible and open to change. Life rarely goes exactly as we plan, and rigid expectations can lead to frustration and stress. By accepting that things may not always go as expected, you can adjust more easily and stay calm under pressure. This adaptability is key to navigating life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. Another vital aspect of anticipating challenges is maintaining a balanced outlook. While it's important to recognize potential difficulties, it's equally essential to remember your strengths and resources. Acknowledge the skills, knowledge, and support systems that help you overcome problems. This balanced mindset ensures that you remain prepared without becoming anxious or overly cautious. Anticipating challenges builds patience and perseverance. Knowing that obstacles are inevitable helps you develop a long-term mindset that values persistence over quick results. You become more patient with the process and more resilient when facing setbacks. This endurance lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes steadfastness and inner strength. Taking time for reflection further enhances your ability to foresee and manage obstacles. Review your past experiences to recognize recurring patterns. What challenges did you face, and how did you overcome them? What strategies were effective, and what could be improved? By learning from experience, you refine your approach to future challenges. Mindfulness practices can also strengthen this ability. Mindfulness keeps you present and aware, allowing you to notice potential issues early and respond calmly. It improves emotional regulation, ensuring that you remain centered and steady even in stressful moments. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound truth captures the essence of inner strength. Real power comes not from controlling the outside world, but from mastering your inner responses. When you encounter adversity, whether it's harsh criticism from a friend or an unexpected setback, you always have the freedom to choose your response. This choice defines your character and shapes your life. Inner strength is built through self-awareness and conscious practice. It begins with recognizing your emotions without letting them dominate you. This isn't about suppressing what you feel, but observing and understanding your reactions. When you become aware of your emotional triggers, you gain control over your responses. This awareness is the foundation of true resilience. Stoicism also emphasizes knowing the difference between what is within your control and what is not. This understanding is essential for peace of mind. You can't control other people's behavior or opinions, but you can control your own thoughts and actions. Focusing on what you can control conserves your energy and reduces unnecessary stress. This mindset empowers you to stay grounded even in chaos. Forgiveness is another powerful expression of inner strength. Holding on to resentment and anger only weighs you down, consuming your energy and clarity. By choosing to forgive, you release yourself from that burden and regain your peace. Holding on to resentment drains our energy and clouds our judgment. Just as Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions, it also encourages us to practice forgiveness. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but releasing its power over us. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the weight of negative emotions and create room for healing and growth. Building inner strength also involves developing resilience. Life is full of highs and lows, and setbacks are inevitable. The key is to view these setbacks as opportunities to build character. Every challenge you face is a chance to strengthen your perseverance and resolve. Over time, this practice fortifies your inner strength, making you more adaptable and less vulnerable to life's constant changes. Stoicism also reminds us to find strength not only within ourselves, but in our community and spiritual connections. Surround yourself with supportive and like-minded people who uplift and inspire you. Engage in conversations that challenge and broaden your thinking. If you have a spiritual or reflective practice, draw upon it for guidance and strength. These external sources of support reinforce your inner stability and give you a deeper sense of purpose and belonging. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to cultivate inner strength. Gratitude shifts your attention from what is missing to what is already present, nurturing a positive mindset even in times of hardship. There is always something to be grateful for. By regularly acknowledging the good in your life, you strengthen emotional resilience and maintain a balanced outlook. Inner strength also means embracing vulnerability. Acknowledging your fears and insecurities doesn't make you weak. It makes you authentic. By facing your vulnerabilities with courage and compassion, you transform them into sources of power. This self-acceptance is essential for genuine strength, allowing you to move through life with honesty and confidence. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means recognizing your feelings without letting them dictate your behavior. It is about creating a brief pause between stimulus and response, a space to reflect and choose the most constructive action. This simple pause can profoundly transform how you interact with the world. Take the example of driving through heavy traffic. Someone cuts you off and your instinct might be anger or road rage. Instead of reacting impulsively, Stoicism encourages you to pause and question your response. Will honking or yelling make the situation better? Probably not. By choosing calm over anger, you preserve control of your emotions and ensure a more peaceful experience. Another aspect of self-restraint is learning to delay gratification. In today's fast-paced world, we're conditioned to seek instant rewards and avoid discomfort. Yet Stoicism teaches the value of patience and perseverance. By delaying gratification and staying focused on long-term goals, we build discipline and mental endurance. This principle also applies to communication. In moments of heated discussion or conflict, it's easy to let emotions dictate your words and later regret what was said. Stoicism teaches us to pause before speaking and consider the impact of our words. Are they constructive? Do they align with your values? Speaking mindfully and with intention fosters respect and strengthens relationships. Practicing self-restraint demands awareness and discipline. It means noticing your impulses and consciously choosing how to act. This might involve setting boundaries, developing new habits, or practicing mindfulness. For instance, if you often procrastinate, create a structured schedule to help you stay focused and consistent. If you struggle with anger, practice relaxation techniques to stay centered in stressful situations. Stoicism also highlights the importance of acting through reason rather than impulse. Thoughtful decisions made with clarity and purpose lead to better outcomes and peace of mind. Imagine facing a major decision at work. Instead of reacting quickly, take time to gather facts, weigh the pros and cons, and ensure your choice aligns with your principles and goals. Acting from reason rather than emotion allows you to remain calm, deliberate, and in control. Self-restraint isn't about passivity or inaction. It's about being deliberate and intentional in your behavior. It's the understanding that every action carries consequences and that true power lies in choosing wisely. By practicing restraint, you become more effective in reaching your goals and preserving your inner calm. Regular reflection strengthens this ability. Each day, take a moment to review your behavior and note where you could have shown more restraint. What triggered your impulses? How could you respond better next time? This ongoing self-assessment enhances awareness and deepens your commitment to acting with purpose. Developing a mindfulness routine is another practical way to strengthen restraint. Mindfulness helps you stay present and aware, enabling you to notice impulsive urges before acting on them. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or quiet observation, mindfulness fosters greater self-control and intentional living. Acceptance is the first step toward effective action. When we resist reality, we waste energy and increase our suffering. For example, losing a job can be deeply upsetting and stressful, yet by accepting the situation, you can redirect your focus toward what's next, updating your resume, networking, or exploring new opportunities. This proactive mindset helps you navigate challenges more effectively and lightens the emotional load. A powerful way to cultivate acceptance is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices train you to stay present and observe your thoughts without judgment. With consistent practice, you learn to accept each moment as it is, with all its imperfections and unpredictability. This acceptance forms the foundation of true peace and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that inner tranquility begins when we stop resisting what is and start working with it. Acceptance is not about surrendering, but about discovering strength in adversity. It's the realization that every event, no matter how tough, carries an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. When challenges arise, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I become stronger through it? This simple shift in mindset transforms hardships into stepping stones toward personal development. True acceptance also means letting go of perfectionism. Many of us chase perfection in our work, relationships, or goals, yet this constant pursuit often leads to frustration and burnout. When we accept that perfection doesn't exist, we can appreciate our progress and efforts for what they are. Gratitude helps us recognize the beauty that exists even in difficult moments. By making gratitude a daily habit, we nurture a positive outlook and strengthen our ability to accept life as it unfolds. Acceptance also extends to our relationships. We often hold rigid expectations about how others should behave, which leads to disappointment when they don't meet them. Accepting people as they are, acknowledging both their strengths and flaws, creates space for harmony and understanding. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior. Rather, it's about realizing that everyone is on their own journey, facing their own battles. Practicing empathy and compassion allows genuine connections to grow and encourages mutual respect. Epictetus and other Stoic thinkers taught that living in harmony with nature means recognizing our place within the greater order and acting in accordance with our rational and social nature. At its essence, this principle calls for authenticity and balance with the universe. Living according to nature begins with self-awareness, understanding who we truly are, what drives us, and what values guide our lives. Through reflection and honest introspection, we can align our actions with our true character instead of chasing external approval or societal expectations. It also involves embracing life's natural rhythms. Just as seasons shift, so do the phases of our lives: growth, stability, decline, renewal. Accepting these transitions allows us to move through them with patience and grace. Stoicism reminds us to cultivate the core virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, each one serving as a compass for moral clarity. Wisdom helps us see reality as it is. Courage gives us the strength to act despite fear. Justice keeps our interactions fair and honorable. And temperance ensures balance and self-control. Together, these virtues bring our actions into harmony with our rational nature. Living according to nature also means nurturing our connection with others. As social beings, we're meant to cooperate and support one another. By showing empathy, compassion, and kindness, we strengthen not only our communities but also our own sense of purpose. Helping others is a reflection of our highest nature. It reminds us that our individual well-being is deeply tied to the collective good. Another vital part of this principle is simplicity, focusing on what truly matters. In a world filled with distractions and excess, Stoicism calls us to strip away what's superficial and reconnect with our core values. This could mean simplifying your lifestyle, dedicating time to relationships that nourish you, or investing in personal growth and self-care. When we remove the unnecessary, we make space for fulfillment, peace, and clarity. Stoicism also teaches that living according to nature requires acceptance and gratitude. To accept the natural flow of life is to stop fighting what we cannot control and to trust the process instead. Gratitude deepens this acceptance. It helps us notice the abundance already present in our lives and find contentment in the moment. Being part of nature also means caring for it. As stewards of the earth, we share a duty to protect its balance. Living sustainably, reducing waste, and respecting the environment are extensions of Stoic ethics. When we live consciously and responsibly, we honor both our nature and future generations. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life enhances our ability to live this way. Mindfulness keeps us grounded in the present, helping us make choices aligned with our values and true essence. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or quiet reflection, these practices reconnect us with ourselves and the world around us. They remind us to slow down, observe, and act with intention. As we close this exploration of Stoic wisdom, remember, real power doesn't lie in controlling what's outside of you, but in mastering your own mind and actions. Embrace the timeless guidance of Stoicism and let it lead you toward a life of inner peace, strength, and fulfillment. Thank you for being a part of Inside the Simulation. If you found this video helpful, check out the suggested videos on the screen. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep walking your path toward wisdom and well-being.